Hey, good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Blake Mathews here, shaping up to be a wet afternoon across the upper Texas coast and already seeing some strong thunderstorms developing and beginning to train across our southern counties exactly as we were expecting earlier this morning. In fact, taking a look at the radar as it stands over the last 45 minutes, you could almost draw a line right there through our coastal counties and notice how we have these storms down near Bay City, one to the northeast of Angleton, another one up here just south of Baytown, one in southern Liberty County, and getting out towards the Big Thicket. Look how all these storms are training in the exact same spot as they cross across portions of northern Galveston, northern Brazoria, down into central portions of Matagorda County. So that's where the storms are that continue to train in the exact same area. Now, so far, not seeing too many problems. This big storm here in Liberty County, not severe, but it did produce about an inch of rain, or a little less than that there, at the Lake Houston Dam on the south side of Lake Houston and south of Kingwood. So certainly capable of rainfall amounts upwards of 1 inch of rain per hour as they continue to move across the same region. Now, downtown Houston, everybody inside the 610 loop were nice and dry this morning. Spring, Conroe, Waller, Sugar Land, out towards Missouri City and Stafford. Katy, you guys are dry out there right now, and really not expecting to see a whole lot over the next couple of hours. The rain, again, as expected, exactly as forecast, really along our coastal counties. That's where it is right now, from Bay City to Angleton, just inland from Freeport, stretching through northern Brazoria County and getting into northern Galveston County. So those of you watching out there towards the Friendswood area, very heavy rain pushing in your direction, out there towards Baytown and Channelview, San Leon, and then getting up into southern portions of Liberty County. So let's go ahead and zoom on into a couple of these areas, and we'll watch and see exactly where the heaviest of the rain is right now. So let's start off here in Brazoria County and into Galveston County. You can see the heavy rain right now pushing into Alvin. Here's Pearland right there. Pearland, you guys are just on the edge of the heavier rain right now, stretching from Bonnie. Here's 288. South Freeway. So Bonnie, you guys are getting some heavy rain. Liverpool out there towards Danbury. But Alvin, you guys are seeing the rain right now, pushing towards League City, maybe towards Dickinson, Santa Fe. Friendswood area going to see some heavy rain very shortly as this continues to push right across Clear Creek forming the boundary between Harris and Galveston counties. So those of you out there along the Gulf Freeway going to see some very heavy rain in about the next 15 minutes as this continues to push on off to the east northeast. Now, the good news here is at least these storms are moving. At least we are getting some traction, unlike what we saw the last couple of days. The bad news is that the entire line is not shifting west or east. It's kind of sitting in the same spot, and that's that training we're talking about. So bouts of heavy rain, they're pushing through, but we've got more heavy rain forming down the coast. So those of you, again, basically along and south of 59 is where the best chance of seeing some flooding rain will be for today. We're talking 4 or 5 inches of rain. Not out of the question as these storms continue to push on off to the east-northeast at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. Stretching on up, getting into the Baytown area, LaPorte, Baytown. We know we've got the gasoline smell out there in Galveston Bay. We are working on that. We are continuing to effort information on that. But those of you out towards Beach City seeing some light rain, LaPorte, you guys picking up some lightning and thunder as well, as this little thunderstorm is headed right for Baytown. So those of you in the Baytown area, heads up, going to see some lightning and thunder here pretty quickly. Old River Winfrey as well, going to see some heavy rain in the next hour or so as a big storm passes just to your north, getting out there towards southern Liberty County. This is going to include Devers, Liberty, Sand Dune, and DeZetta. There's DeZetta right there. Let me clear this off. Got a little bit of a mess going on. So there's DeZetta right there. So this big thunderstorm headed right in your direction. So those of you out in Devers, DeZetta, southern and central Liberty County, there's the town of Liberty right there. Big thunderstorms. These are not severe. Wouldn't surprise me if they do turn severe, but the biggest threat with these would be some small to medium-sized hail and some gusty winds. Now, I'm not seeing any rotation in these storms, which is good news, but something we'll continue to monitor that as well. Now, as I expand the view a little bit, you'll notice that the bulk of the rain remains out here over the open Gulf of Mexico, and that is going to push in the general direction of the Louisiana coast. It may skirt the coastal counties here, but what I'm watching is going to be this little line right there, and you could see it forming, and it basically stretches all the way back down towards Corpus Christi. And look at that. The storms stay within that orange line. They're not moving east, they're not moving west. So we're going to continue to watch all these little cells that are building up in here that continue to march their way through our coastal counties, Matagorda, Brazoria, Galveston, Southeast Harris County, getting into Liberty County, and out towards Hardin and northern portions of Jefferson County. So that's where the flood risk looks to be shaping up right now. We've also got some rain developing out towards San Antonio and Austin. This may eventually push through to affect some of our northern locations out there, say towards northwest Harris County, Montgomery County, Walker, Grimes, Waller, Austin, Colorado, and Wharton counties. But you guys are dry for right now. Again, what we're monitoring is right here along the immediate coast, exactly as forecast this morning. So as we expand the view a little bit more, you can see it's a huge ball of convection down there that continues to fire up. Now, a lot of this is forming out over the open Gulf of Mexico, likely going to stay that way, but we'll continue to watch this line pretty carefully that's hugging the coast, and we could see those rainfall totals stack up 3, 4, 5 inches of rain before it's all said and done. Taking a look at the Storm Prediction Center, they have included our coastal counties in a slight risk of severe weather, so that does include most of Liberty County, stretching all the way back down to just north of downtown, back towards Sugar Land, Wharton, and Bay City. So if you are from Sugar Land to downtown to Atascocita up there along Lake Houston, and south of there, that does include most of Southeast Harris County, in fact, all of Southeast Harris County, the southern portions of Fort Bend County, all of Brazoria, all of Galveston, all of Chambers, most of Liberty, and getting out towards the big thicket of East Texas. This is where that slight risk of severe weather is. It's a 2 out of 5, and that basically means we're looking for the possibility of some large hail, gusty winds, and can't totally rule out a chance of an isolated tornado. So we'll continue to watch that threat pretty carefully. As we take a live look out over the city, you can see once again, there's the Williams Tower right there, and looks like about the 40th floor or so, you lose the top of the building. So it's up in the clouds, and you can see just how low that cloud bank is. So if you are headed out this morning, be careful. Visibilities are reduced as this bad weather begins to continue to work its way into our region. Here's a look at the flash flood watch. Once again, this is in effect until 7 o'clock this evening, basically for all of our area, minus Grimes and Washington counties. If you're out here in the northwest areas of our viewing area, you guys are not included in this particular flood watch, and the reason why is because you haven't really seen that much rain over the past week. Most of the rain has been concentrated here right along the 59 corridor. If you remember, on Tuesday, it was Kingwood down towards the Sugar Land area. On Thursday, it was out towards Jersey Village along the northwest belt, and now today it seems to be setting up right along the immediate coast. So those are the areas that we've seen the rain. Really haven't seen a whole lot in our northwest areas, which is why they have taken those particular counties out of the flood watch. Now, what does the computer model hold? Well, let's take a look at the RPM. This is our proprietary in-house model, and as we walk you through here, I'm just going to look at my screen. You can follow me here over my shoulder. At 1 o'clock, you can see those showers and storms basically staying along the coastal counties. Now, what's interesting here is that by 4 o'clock, it does show an impulse coming in from the Gulf of Mexico and working its way through Houston and eventually going through our northern counties. So this is 4 o'clock, some heavy rain in the area, but look how quickly it moves. By the time we get to 6 o'clock, it's way up here north of Lake Livingston. So yes, there's going to be some heavy rain out there, but at least it's moving. At least it's supposed to be. But we're going to continue to watch that band of rain that has set up along the immediate coast right now and dropping some pretty heavy rain amounts. Here's a look at the radar. Whoops, wrong one. Here's a look at the radar once again. And again, you can see over the last couple of hours here how that rain has really just set up right there along the immediate coast. So from Blessing to Angleton to Lake Jackson, just inland from Freeport. Galveston, you're okay for now. You're pretty dry down there on the floating G, as somebody Facebooked me earlier this morning. But Galveston County, inland Galveston County, Friendswood, getting out towards League City and Dickinson, heavy rain pushing your direction, and this also is going to affect areas in western Chambers County, southeast Harris County, and getting up into southern Liberty County as well. So I'll clear that off. And let's continue to take a look at walk through our tour here. The other thing that I wanted to show you was the winds, and the reason why that we're seeing the heavy rain is look how the winds are coming in from the north up here. But look at this. They're coming in from the south, right off the Gulf of Mexico, and the two are converging sort of right here, right through downtown and right along the 59 corridor. So there's that boundary, that stationary front sitting right here, and that's where when the winds are coming together like this, they're colliding and then they're going straight up in the atmosphere. And when you have a lot of lift and a lot of rising motion in the atmosphere, you get that warm, moist air to condense and cool in a cold atmosphere, and boy, it just rings out like a sponge right here over our area. So we're going to continue to watch that boundary, but clearly it can't get more clear than that. When you have a north wind and a south wind and they come together right over the top of you, that usually spells trouble. So we'll continue to watch those winds heading into the afternoon hours. Of course, the other thing with the wind is notice that we have an easterly wind here coming in off of Galveston Bay. We had that big gasoline spill there yesterday, and that's why we're seeing very strong odors of gas down there towards the LaPorte area this morning, and over towards Kemah as well. So that's the reason why we're seeing that gas smell right now, and we are continuing to effort information on that. You can find the latest on that at khou.com. But once again, here's a look at the radar. Let me put it in the last 45 minutes here. And over the last 45 minutes, again, I'll just draw this in, and there you go. The rain continues to stay within that orange line, and I don't know if you can see that on TV, but you can see that orange line right there. So basically downtown Houston, dry. Haven't seen much of rain at all today. Sugar Land, you're dry. Kingwood, you had a rain shower move through earlier, dropped about ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain. That has now pushed off into Liberty County. Spring, the Woodlands, haven't seen anything. Conroe, you're dry. Huntsville, you're dry. Waller, dry. Most of Fort Bend County is dry. All of Wharton County is dry. Colorado County, you're okay. Out here towards Austin County, you're okay. Washington County, you're okay. So again, the rain really concentrated right here along the coastal counties. We'll continue to keep you updated. Right now, there are no warnings, I should say, no flood advisories, no warnings. But we'll continue to keep you updated on that. As soon as we get something, we'll let you know. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at KHOUBlake11. And if any warning is issued, I'll post it there first before we break in here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Okay, you can follow us at the top of every hour. We'll be breaking in. Until then, have a great rest of the morning, and we'll see you coming up in about an hour.
got myself in here on a Saturday. No one called me.
What are we thinking? What are you seeing?
Blake told you to send Lauren to the coast, right, to Galveston?
That's what he was been telling me. He did a
Yeah.
live at 10. He did one at 11. He was going to do them every hour. If
Yeah.
you think otherwise, then let me know. But if you want to get on at 12,
Yeah, I
we'll
do.
totally do that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to get on at 12, talk about what's going on, and then I may take off because although the coast is going to get some street flooding, maybe some flash flooding, it looks like this all wants to stay on the coast.
Oh, that's good news.
And then push off the coast
Yeah.
in a couple hours.
Okay.
Which would mean we here in Harris County would not flood, but of course nature will tell us exactly how this plays. But that's probably what's going to happen. So I'm about to tweet this out,
Okay.
and then I'll jump over here.
Cool. I will get you set up.
All right, thank you. I've got the mic on,
Okay.
and I'm going to turn it